Fractional ownership in the Vail Valley is a great way to enter into a market that you may be not sure of. People will come and they'll invest in purchasing a week for a ski season. They'll spend $10,000 to $200,000 to come out here to buy a ski week 1 or 2 weeks every year. So they'll pay that one-time fee. They have their annual costs that pay for their property taxes, their maid service, their upkeep. Those association dues are also, there's a reserve for refurnishing, recarpeting, repainting. So you don't have any headaches of, oh boy, we need to remodel it. Is the water turned on? Did any pipes break? It's ease of ownership.
We had bought a timeshare at Park Plaza, and it's been great.
It's been wonderful.
Just ever since. The boys grew up on the mountain. We camped in the summertime. They learned to ski. They can do anything on the mountain, and now we've got the next generation. These guys are looking forward to their kids starting ski school and being superstars as they were 28 years ago.
And what's really great about it is that when you show up, you have no responsibilities. It's perfect when you get here, and it's perfect when you leave. And it's perfect every day. It's a wonderful experience.
And if you had a second home, it wouldn't be located right here at ski school.
Right, at the bottom of the escalator,
Yeah.
where you can easily get up to
It
that.
would be somewhere a little bit further back. So this is absolutely the center of all of the greatest activity.
Buy a great location. Make sure you buy, I call it mountain beachfront. Be in the best location. Don't be that 20-minute bus ride or 15-minute bus ride. If you're concerned, it's the basics. Location, location, location. Next is quality. People like quality. People like service. So buy a product that's a good location, a good quality, has excellent service. That will help when you go to resell. People always want location, location, location. Many of the fractional ownerships in the Vail Valley, you will see when you check into your residence, it is fully furnished. It's fully stocked with all the pieces that you're going to need in the kitchen, the coffee pot, the toaster, the salt and pepper, you know, your refrigerator, your stove, your jetted tub. Some of the products, the newer products, are air conditioned. So when you check into a fractional ownership that are full condominiums, they're fully ready for you to come in. You bring your groceries, or you call the concierge and they will stock. Many of the properties will stock the residence for you prior to your arrival. What happens is people will come here and they'll ski 1, 2, 3 years in a row that 1 week. And then there comes a point where, wow, we really like the Rocky Mountains. We want to be here more. So many of my past clients will look at other property in the Vail Valley. They'll end up buying a condominium for the full year. They'll end up buying a home site, townhome, and either keep their fractional ownership at that time. And many of my owners will not sell their fractional ownership. They want to keep it for the kids and the grandkids, and they have their true residence here, their vacation home that they come to on a regular basis. And then there are some people who say, you know, we really don't want another second home, another vacation home. Really what we need is a couple more ski weeks, or we need a couple more summer weeks, and that's all they need. That gives them the Rocky Mountain fix. To go to the ski resorts or go to the beaches or where they want to go for that little bit of time to get that fix, you know, this high-end fractional ownership has really excelled. In the early 70s, when timeshare started, you know, those products, you know, had a terrible name. It was the motels that were remodeled. It was developers who would build a timeshare product and subsidize the product until it got half sold out, and then the developer would disappear and these people would end up with a piece of something or a piece of nothing in a terrible product. Now you have the top companies, the Ritz, the Four Seasons, the Hyatt, Marriott, Starwood. You have all these large companies now doing fractional ownership in the nicest resorts throughout the world. It's changed tremendously. Fractional ownership is a great way to purchase a lifetime vacation. You know, many of the properties in the Vail Valley, you can buy a specific week. What's nice about that is you can buy your plane tickets well in advance. You know when the 5th Saturday is. You can get your family members to organize their personal schedules. And then when it comes to the years where you can't come back to the Vail Valley, many of the fractional ownerships belong to exchange companies. And what they are, they have 3,000 to 4,000 resorts throughout the world. So maybe one year you don't want to come back to the Vail Valley, you want to go to Cancun, Mexico. So you actually give your week to this exchange company, and then you look at their catalog and you pick where you'd like to go, and they basically search their database to see if someone in one of those resorts has given up a space that matches your need. So it's a great way to change if you can't come back to the same resort year after year. But my experience is that people should purchase fractional ownership in an area where they'd like to go. You know, you don't buy fractional ownership for the exchange program. The exchange program is a benefit of owning. You buy because you want to come to the Vail Valley, you want to come to Vail Village every year, you want to come to Beaver Creek Village every year. That's why you buy fractional ownership. And then you come back, and then that year it doesn't work, you use the exchange program.
This is really a second home for us, and that was one of the ideas that we had when we bought the property, was to give the boys a place where they would enjoy coming and they would feel like they had an identity with it, and that's really worked beautifully for us. Right now, our boys are spread out across the country. This is really a focal point of their getting together as a group because there's so much to do here in the summer and in the winter. So it's definitely been a gathering point for all of us.
Memories. I mean, you cannot take that away. People cannot take memories away from you. And the memories that fractional ownership, forcing you to go back and vacation year after year, have been tremendous. Many of our owners are really used to traveling in the finest quality, staying in the finest hotels, in the finest locations, and when they can find a fractional product that meets all those needs, and they don't have to spend $2, $3, $4, $5, $6, $10 million to get it, and the reality is they're only going to use it 1, 2, or 3 weeks a year, it's a great match.